What if I told you that PMDamiann just exposed your favorite Roblox YouTuber for lying to his fans as well as doing other incredibly horrific things? Meet PMDamiann, an animation YouTuber with over 2.5 million subscribers. Almost every short on his channel has over 1 million views, and they are all incredibly high quality animations, with his most viewed short getting over 72 million views. However, before we dive deeper, make sure to subscribe with notifications on to help me reach 50,000 subscribers and to never miss an upload on my channel ever again. So recently I posted a video to my channel talking about the false allegations made against PMDamiann from a user named Superbricks that not only spread misinformation about him, but doxed him and attempted to ruin his life. And ever since he has been facing these false allegations, he has been getting compared to a horrific Roblox animator with over 2.4 million subscribers. The animator is named Potemer, and on January 14th of 2025, Parler would make a video exposing Potemer for having an inappropriate relationship with a 12-year-old girl when he was 16, making 3 extra videos that exposed Potemer for lying to his fans in his response, getting his own parents to threaten YouTubers like Parler and Puss, and so much more. PMDamiann has been speaking out against him ever since getting compared to Potemer. This takes us to March 30th of 2025. Roblox drama YouTuber Guamgo would post a video entitled "How Roblox YouTuber Potemer Got Away," featuring PMDamiann. The video would detail the Potemer allegations and how he almost got away with it, before going on to address even more seriously shocking allegations.
One of the most serious news is that Potemer sent material to Goldfishies, who was only 16 years old at the time, while Potemer himself was 18. On top of that, Potemer's mother has reinserted herself into the drama, seemingly admitting to the through a Freudian slip.
Guamgo would then go on to interview PMDamiann regarding the Potemer situation. This is because PMDamiann was originally planning on making a video talking about the situation, but after seeing how Potemer fans were treating YouTubers like Guamgo, me, and Parlo, he was scared because he knew that he would be harassed over the video. But what exactly would PMDamiann reveal about the situation that would expose Potemer for lying the entire time?
I've known Potemer for an exact year. I'm not too sure how we mainly met, but people usually saw us as the iconic duo. There weren't really any sort of red flag behavior, but when he was telling me his story and the whole situation, it felt like there was more that I wasn't told about. Potemer did tell me about the at one point, but I didn't know anything at all about it. He mainly just told me that she lied about her age and they eventually broke up after, which I didn't find a big deal because at least he didn't cross the line, even after knowing her age. At least, so I thought he didn't. I did not know anything about what they did at all, otherwise I would have done something about it. He didn't really react, but he was prepared to leave most servers before it went public. He mentioned that something will definitely go down on January. Keep in mind, he said this on December 2024. He didn't reach out to me when it happened. In the screenshot below, I basically distanced myself away from Potemer an hour after the situation. During that 1 hour, I was mainly asking and telling him to speak up about the situation. His response after I asked him about it, he proceeded to send me questionable gifts such as this one. He claimed he knew how he would handle it when Parlo mixed a video on him. However, his response was terrible, as you probably saw his community post, practically admitting to the claims that were being spread around. Despite that, he continued to make content as if it never happened, and people would still watch his video while supporting him. Due to my connections with Potemer and how close I was with him, I was constantly being harassed and questioned, even in my own Discord server or even when I'm just playing.
PMDamiann not only exposed that Potemer was bragging about what happened with him and the victim behind the scenes, but was actively lying about the situation to make it seem okay, rather than telling the truth that it was disgusting and horrible. Potemer was also aware that Parler was going to expose him, and told PMDamiann that he knew how to handle the situation. But like we saw, months after Parlo's initial video, we saw through all the lies and his terrible response to the situation.
PMDamiann also released a recording of his DMs with Potemer, where I found some pretty interesting things, such as Potemer claiming that all the YouTubers, including Parlo, Schlepp, Ruben Sim, and Green Lego Cats, were going to defend him. In reality, half of these creators publicly condemned Potemer's actions, and the other half refused to get involved in the drama.
Not only was Potemer lying to PMDamiann about what he did to the victim, but he was acting delusional, with a belief that all these YouTubers such as Schlepp, Ruben Sim, and Green Lego Cats would openly defend Potemer getting with a 12-year-old when he was 16. Anyway, a couple of days ago, I released a video talking about why everybody was hating on Goldfishies. For some context, Goldfishies, otherwise known as Guide, is a Roblox animation YouTuber who was in the same friend group as Potemer at one point, but he started to receive the same negative treatment as PMDamiann after Potemer got exposed, with Potemer fans endlessly hating on him and harassing him in the comments. Now going back to Guamgo's new video, he would expose the DMs between Goldfishes and Potemer to reveal even more lies that Potemer was spreading.
Potemer's messages with Goldfishes regarding the situation began on January 11th, just before videos exposing him started gaining traction. When Goldfishes first reached out, asking what was going on, Potemer immediately resorted to in an attempt to gain sympathy. The following day, after another Roblox animator Submotions called him out on Twitter, Goldfishes pressed Potemer for answers. Instead of addressing the situation, Potemer deflected by attacking Parlo, insisting that Parlo was the real villain rather than himself. When Goldfishes directly asked Potemer if the were true, Potemer never once denied them. Instead, he spiraled, saying that he didn't want to wake up the next day and that he wished he could pretend everything was just a bad dream. When Goldfishes asked about his future on YouTube, Potemer responded that he planned to pull a Koofy by creating a new identity on YouTube while pursuing his goal of working at Pixar in the future. In his attempts to defend himself, Potemer made another slip-up, stating that he wasn't guilty of anything, even though no one had directly accused him at that moment. He then tried to argue that he hadn't broken any laws, but when Goldfishes did their own research and pointed out that a law was clearly violated, Potemer backtracked. His defense, that he simply was unaware of the law, but ignorance of a law doesn't change the fact that he broke it. Worse yet, the legal issue isn't even the main concern. It's the fact that his moral compass was so skewed that he believed it was acceptable for a 16-year-old to engage in an inappropriate relationship with and it wasn't just a relationship, need I remind you that they actually did the deed.
This is insane. Not only was Potemer lying to Goldfishes about everything and trying to paint Parlo as a villain in this situation, but he would also hint at pulling a Koofy, which if you don't already know, Koofy was exposed as the predator Kelligish almost 3 years later, after he had already been successful with the Koofy channel, gaining over 2 million subscribers in total. And Potemer is literally hinting to either making a new channel and posting content under a new identity, or even worse, trying to get a job at an animation studio like Pixar. Guamgo would even get into contact with a close friend of Potemer's who stayed anonymous, although they would expose some even worse things.
I was close friends with Potemer for about half a year, and when the against Potemer originally surfaced, Potemer wanted my help to cover the age gap to be 14 and 16 instead of the real age gap, which was 12 and 16. My motive was to help protect it, but I found out that Potemer's motive was entirely selfish and his only goal was to protect his own reputation. Potemer invited me to a group chat with members being Potemer himself, me, and another individual. In the group chat, Tim and Potemer were strategizing how to fabricate the age differences in order to make the situation seem less. After the conversation, Potemer kicked me and the other individual out of the group chat and deleted it, which means I do not have the archives of the group chat available. However, I have some messages with Potemer related to that group chat which I forwarded to Guamgo.
It is more than obvious that even before getting exposed, Potemer tried to plan an escape or a way to twist the situation because he knew it was so wrong, with Guamgo explaining it perfectly.
It's clear that Potemer deliberately altered the facts to make himself look better. Some might wonder why bother reducing the age gap by just 2 years. After all, even a 16-year-old would still be questionable, right? Well, the reason is simple. If the instead of Potemer legally wouldn't fall under the definition of statutory. This proves that Potemer wasn't just ignorant, he knew exactly what he was doing. He researched the law, understood that his actions were and then attempted to manipulate the narrative to escape accountability.
Before we continue, I would like to shout out Guamgo for all the information. I will link his video in the description, so make sure to watch his video for a more in-depth explanation and drop him a sub while you're at it. Thankfully, everything is getting back to normal for PMDamiann, but with animation channels like Cam Guys are getting exposed, it is starting to leave a stereotype for Roblox animation YouTubers that people like PMDamiann have to deal with now. All it does is hurt the reputation of other animation YouTubers, and as a community, we really need to band together to try and get rid of these disgusting people from the platform and show as much support as we can to people like PMDamiann and Goldfishes who have to put up with being compared to these horrific people. But as always, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy content like this, please make sure to subscribe with notifications on, join my Discord in the top link in the description or the pinned comment, and if you want to watch something similar to this, click the video on screen now.